Yeah. Uh. Look. Check my approach, I'm never doing the most. I coach cold plays, then we doing a toast. I boast, never had to play the field. It's easy to trap, easy to steal, destroy, not too easy to build. Taking care of your kids, now that right there, I swear, definition of real. Lace up your spirit, never run out. Longest night ever ended when she pushed my son out. You bozos, I gotta question your choice. My son first words, Dad, I'm impressed with his voice. How can I stress when I'm blessed and I'm poised? These Al Sharptons tripping over their words, mess up the respect for you boys. Deadbeats, y'all some throwaways. It seems like your idols grew to have nothing to show today. So we made a show to make older niggas our protege. Hey, it's your lucky day. Follow me, I'm dad as fuck. I think I know the way.
I think we know the way.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of
The Dad as Fuck Show.
Dad as Fuck. All right, man.
What's
I'm your
good?
host, by the way. In case you didn't know, I'm your host at Sizzle Cells.
James Rich, we here.
All right, man.
What's good, man? How was your week?
Oh, man. You know, it's kind of a crazy time for me
It's
right
a very
now.
crazy time for you.
Yeah, man. So I'm actually expecting another child any day now. So I have one kid, you know what I mean? And with that pregnancy, it was like textbook. It was perfect.
It was
you know?
easy.
It was easy. Water broke. We ran to the
Yeah.
hospital. She's a G. Like,
Yeah.
pushed the baby
That's
out.
gangster.
No issues. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 1, 2, 3. This time it's not so smooth though. You know what I mean? This time my son is actually breached. So
Yeah.
it's like for those who don't know, it's like a baby must be head down to be delivered. If it's not head down, the position is considered breech. You know, If they like leg first.
Like a baby born
shoulder
a breech
first.
birth. Jay-Z said that. Yeah, anyway.
Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, and Mr. Carter.
But so yeah, so we're actually scheduled for a C-section this week. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
my wife had a C-section.
Yeah, so it's a lot of emotions, you know.
Yeah.
She's really not. I mean, she's coming to terms with it. You know what I mean. So she has like a lot of anxiety around it, and you know, I'm in it with her. So,
So about to say on some Dad as Fuck shit, what's your role right now? What do you think your
Well,
role is
see,
right now?
I'm a
Because
per-
she's having the baby.
well, yeah. So I'm a person that I operate with optimism. You know what I mean. So it's like I'm
Got
just
to.
there to just encourage you, let her know that everything is gonna be all right. Like we got this. You know what I mean. But ultimately, she's the one that has to go through with it. You know. So just shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the moms, man. Like
Yes.
having a kid sometimes could literally be like life or death type
That's a
thing.
fact.
So
That's a fact. So you just there keeping her positive.
I'm trying to be the
reassuring.
best.
How is that affecting you though? I know you putting a lot of energy to keep her, but what about you? How are you feeling? Are you?
I mean, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm excited. You know what I mean? I just want a happy, healthy baby. I want a happy, healthy delivery, and I
Gotcha.
also want a happy, healthy wife at the end of the day. So
Facts.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
But I got some nerves around it, but
Of course.
it's gonna be my first cesarean section. You know what I mean?
Nah, you'll be fine.
And
You'll be
it's
fine.
also my second child, so you know what I mean. It's a
You'll
bunch
be-
of new experiences.
You'll be fine.
So
You'll be
next
fine.
time y'all see me, man, I'll have 2 of them things, and I'll let you know how that's going. With a
2 of them
newborn.
things.
Facts.
What's good
with you? What's going on with
nothing
you?
but got back problems. I don't know. I woke up. I know how it happened. Y'all know the 2K20 came out. I was playing that shit for like 7 hours straight. I stood up, and shit just started hurting. It wasn't that bad. I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning. I thought I was dying. I couldn't get up. So I spent this whole week rehabbing and all that type of shit. Long story short, I went to the chiropractor. He's a scam artist, by the way. Scam artist. I mean, he did one good thing. He made me go get an x-ray. So I went and got the x-ray. They told me there was nothing structurally wrong with my back. And he like, oh, come back. He does like 1 or 2 stretches with me. He's like, oh, come back tomorrow. He could have gave me a whole list of stretches to do and stuff to do to strengthen the little issues that I have. But he didn't. Know where I learned that? YouTube. Shout out to my brother Handsome. Y'all know him. Look him up. Handsome NY. He's a good guy. Put me on to YouTube, physical therapist, and now I'm back walking and I'm all right. So that's that. That was my week. I don't even want to talk about it that much.
But
Go
how does
ahead.
that suck for you though? Like I know it sucks because you have like a newborn. You
This
gotta
yeah. So
get up, pick it, but pick her up
not
and
for
do
nothing.
all that other stuff.
I was dadding heavy, like to the point where I was like, I know I shouldn't be doing it. But the dad in you, it's like I gotta
You
pick her
gotta
up.
push through.
Like I gotta pick you up because she wants me to pick her up. She's smiling at me. I gotta pick her up. So you know, I have to just deal with it. You know, it is what it is.
So he's not a fan of the medical profession, it seems, but I mean, for y'all dads out there, man, y'all gotta go get your checkups,
Yeah,
man. Go get your physicals. Don't put off issues because small things turn to big things, and then you know what I mean.
That's a fact. And but
Shit
make sure,
snowballs.
make sure you do your own research too. Anyway, because they will not. They want to treat you. They don't want to cure you. Some of them.
this guy.
Some of them. Anyway, moving right along. Let's get into this episode, right? So we're gonna start this episode a little different. So I got a question. I'm gonna pose. What is one thing that you were not taught as a child, or that you were taught that you definitely want to pass on to your sons?
So, I mean, one thing that sticks out the most now as an adult, and I'm pretty sure that most of us will attest to this, coming from where we come from, and you know what I mean, attending the schools that we attended and growing up in the neighborhoods that we grew up in. I just feel like financial literacy and like, you know, people preach like how to, like they tell you, oh, you got to save money, and they tell you don't, you know what I mean, take out credit cards. They tell you don't mess up your credit. They tell you all these things, but you have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that wasn't really explained to me.
Yeah.
You know, even though people said it, so I still end up making some of those bad decisions. You know?
Facts.
So that's definitely one of my things.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I mean, I think I'm on the same wavelength as that. Like, I've been doing a lot more. Like, I've always been good at budgeting my money, but now I'm doing more saving and investing and things like that. And I think one thing I wasn't taught is in the same vein is to think 5 to 10 years ahead and not just what's going on right now. And it's funny because I remember my mom told me this one thing and it stuck in my mind. I was in college. I'll never forget. I was studying for a test or something like that, and I was stressed out about it. My friends was going to the club. I think it was going like Webster Hall or some shit like that. And I wanted to go, but I'm like, yo, I got to study, blah, blah, blah. My mom was like, don't worry about it. Just study because it gets greater later. She's like, what she said was, you're going to miss this party, but if you do what you got to do, you're going to be able to party way better later on in life.
Right.
And that always sticks with me because now I be out here really getting it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm living a better life, you know what I'm saying? But it always stuck with me. I didn't think about it in the sense of money, but now as I got older, it's the same thing. Like, if you save consistently over a 5-year period, you will have a good lump sum of money, you know, and able to invest with and able to have for emergency purposes, whatever it is. You know, but I think too many times, especially in our culture, we focused on getting the new sneakers, looking the right way, getting the right car, blah, blah, blah. For the moment, we want this. But we don't realize if we just take a step back for a year, 2, 3 years, the type of, like, it's not that hard to save $3,000 in a year. Now, if you do that for 3 years straight, you got $9,000. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's one thing. Financial literacy is definitely one thing that I wish I knew earlier. I have another one actually too. One thing that I want my daughter to know, to trust herself, to never take other people's opinions of her and make those things influence
like
her decisions.
Don't let those become her reality.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, if she has an idea for something, just go fucking do it. Period. I've done a lot of things on my own. They've been successful. Whenever I start taking input from others, shit just goes awry. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I would tell my daughter is just, you know, trust yourself, trust your gut, and do everything 110% with, I mean, like, do it unapologetically. Yeah. And, you know, trust your gut. That's definitely what I would tell myself.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on and on about
of course,
how we would just, miseducated. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. I'm just doing bad shout outs this episode. Shout out bad people. I don't know. But
what up, Lauren?
That's what it comes down to, though. I mean, and as this season of this show goes on, we can kind of start putting that out there, you know what I mean, and kind of change the way that we think and the way that we raise our kids.
I think that's a big part of being dad as fuck, right? It's like preparing your child for when they grow up. Like, we're taking care of them now, but we want to get them ready to take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? We weren't always, you know, and that's no shot to my parents. You know, they did the best that they could and with what they knew, you know, but it's a new generation. We have more information at our fingertips. So if you're not educating your children, then that's on you, because everything you need is right there in that smartphone you got. So just use it, you know what I'm saying? And get your kids ready, man. Get your kids ready for life.
Ready.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You want to introduce our guest for this week?
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna introduce the guests, man. I'm just gonna let the guest introduce herself.
Yeah,
You know what I
my
mean?
God. All right, so
we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, all right.
What's up? This is Brandon. I'm on the Dad as Fuck show. You can follow me on Instagram, Brandon the Broker 111 111. I got a 3-year-old, beautiful 3-year-old boy. His name is Wolf. Keep it strong. Yeah, man, Wolf Howe. You know what I mean? I'm a real estate broker, among other things. I also day trade, do a lot of different entrepreneurial things. So, happy to be here on the Dad as Fuck show. Shout out to these amazing dudes.
Follow me, I'm dad as fuck. I think I know the way.
It's all about home. Public school versus private school is about at home what you are like teaching your kids. So no matter what environment they're in, as a parent, you're supposed to cultivate their, you know what I mean, outlook on life. You know what I mean? It starts there, I think. Man, come on. Max, he got like porno music, you know what I'm saying? Like, do, baby, I can get it, yo, man. I can get you never love another bitch. Hey. Both, man, come on. I'm New York all the way. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. They put in like, pick one. No, bro, no. I'm supporting both of them. I want the game to go in the fucking septuplet overtime. Like, no winners, niggas just go home. I want them both in the East Finals. That'll be lit. Then I'll pick whoever wins from that. I'm definitely a trill sergeant. Keep it trill, my dude. Like, keep it trill, man. If you keep it trill in life, you good. I don't gotta be too chill. I don't gotta be a drill. I don't gotta scream at you. We gonna get this done together. Be trill. Cool. Now is Pocoyo, which is a little cartoon, and this little nigga get into like mad adventures and shit. I don't like it. Rich or famous? Definitely rich. You could be rich in everything else, but if you famous, you know what I mean, it's just hard for you to move around. And you could be famous with no money. That shit kind of sucks, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to have it at one point, be famous, lose it, and then now you just famous with no ends. You fucked over.
Follow me, I'm dad as fuck. I think I know the way.
That's cool. Let's get right to it.
Introduce yourself, my guy. Introduce yourself. Who for art thou?
Go ahead, get no introduction, bro.
Who for art thou?
Brandon Evans, man. I'm man of many hats, Mr. Everything. That's
My
Yes,
guy, Mr. Everything.
I like it.
Yeah,
man. So wait, so to get it started, you are dad. How many kids you got?
just one.
How old is he?
Nah, I'm just joking.
You got
Three,
one son, right?
He's 3, just one.
Yeah. And what's his name?
Wolf.
Wolf.
That's
That's a cool ass
gangsta.
name. I didn't know that was his
Only
name.
smart people like his name. You know?
So
That's a
gangsta.
great name.
Definitely. I just,
So
you know,
gangster.
it was a combination between me and my wife. You know what I mean? We both selected it.
What was the thinking behind it?
I'm gonna tell
Go
you.
ahead.
So in Pulp Fiction, if you're a fan of, you know, Tarantino movies and shit, you know, but Pulp Fiction specifically, when they had the dead body in the car after he shot his head off, they called the Wolf, and he was like, "Yo, how far are you? 30 minutes? All right, I'll be there in 10." You know what I mean? My man was just a problem solver.
Yeah, I like that. I
So-
like that.
And then growing up, you know, we get teased and shit
Yeah.
like that, but who really gonna tease a wolf? You know what I mean?
That's a
Like,
fact.
you just gotta embrace your name.
Put a lot of thought
So
into
that's
that.
dope.
Into
I think we should talk about our kids' names.
I didn't have a question. I didn't have this question prepared for this, but that's so dope that's your son's name. So I want to ask everybody here, like, how much do you believe in the power of somebody's name and like how that influences them
Good
and how they?
question.
I mean, you really feel like that molds somebody into who they are?
So I definitely feel like there is a power in the name. On the flip side of it, I do believe that we create our own destinies, and whatever you want, you can make happen, right? But for me specifically, I have a daughter, but when I thought I might have had a boy, I was very sure I was not gonna name him after myself. And the main thing was because of that. I just felt like I wouldn't want him to have to live up to who I am. You know, I just didn't want him to have that type of pressure. I'm a hard act to follow. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to put that pressure on him. And even the idea of him other people feeling like he should be like me if he has my name. You know, so that was one thing that I was very conscious of. I had a girl. which is interesting because I kind of named her after her mom.
mother, right.
You know, she's not a junior, but we took the name, you know, and made
Yeah.
so her name is Corey. My wife's name is Corinne, so we just shortened it and made it Corey. So,
Shout out
yeah.
to Corinne, by the way.
Yeah, she's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. What about you?
The Evans.
Oh, you want me to answer the question?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I agree with Ike too, but it's just like you create your own path. You know what I mean? Like you could be named Shaquisha and shit, and then move up
That's a fact.
Yeah.
wherever you want to go. You know, so you shouldn't let your name.
Would you name your
Deter.
daughter Shaquisha though?
I would definitely name my daughter something unique. You know what I mean? Different.
So I'm asking that to ask, like, you don't care about a name being different or anything like
definitely not. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
that. I know some people feel like, you know, you have a more common name, you get more opportunities, things like that.
But way I be on it, like we
Yeah.
create our own opportunity. I'm trying to work hard enough right
Exactly.
now so that way you don't really have to go pursue that old fashioned
Yeah.
way to like go get a job.
That's
you
a
know what I
fact.
mean? You
We're
don't
gonna
have
talk about that.
Now that these niggas is done.
my
Ah,
bad. Question, nigga. I thought we were supposed to elaborate.
No, yes,
on
you're
this.
supposed to.
you did. No,
Listen,
I was
Eloquently and shit.
He's mad because he looks bigger than you on the
That's
on the
right.
camera.
All
That's
right,
all.
I'm gonna get right though. I'm about to do this dad bod challenge.
I'm about to get this
I'm
nigga
gonna
a
get
rim
right.
shot, man.
That's
Fuck outta
fine.
here.
You hit nothing but fat.
You look good,
Go
bro.
for it.
What do you think?
But so I definitely do feel like a name kind of influences who somebody can become. I'm not saying that it should.
Give me an example, cause I got a question.
So I think if you have like a crazy name that's like not like really with the status quo, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
Hard to say.
society, I feel like you might have issues with like your confidence because nobody could pronounce your
That's
name.
possible.
People make
Very
fun
much
of you.
so.
They call you outside of your name.
'Cause
You know
they
what I mean?
can't say it. That's
So
a fact.
I feel like that could potentially affect who you are and how you develop emotionally as a person.
Yeah.
Should it? No, it shouldn't. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think it should. I think if you instill the things in your child that they need to become a whole person,
Yeah.
that it shouldn't. But I definitely do believe that there is power.
What
in
about the flip side? Like T.I.'s son name is like King. You think that can inspire you to
do-
be kingly?
I do think that could
Could be
inspire.
pressure too, though.
But I also think that's T.I. though. He's rich. Like his kid is rich, so there's a
Oh, like
difference.
so he said the easy
So
way out.
yeah, I just I think that where you are like socioeconomically, I think that
Yeah.
that plays a part into
So I can't
like
come from
what
the
you
hood
do.
and name my son King.
You definitely can. You absolutely can, and
Yeah.
it might empower your kid.
That's
you
what
know
I was
I mean?
thinking.
But you gonna have to put in more work than a rich person does to
That's a
empower
fact.
somebody named King when they filthy fucking rich.
Facts. Because you gotta make them feel like a king.
But
right?
you think that their name is just gonna empower them? Like, you know?
No.
No, but that's what he's saying. It has
Got
to
you.
both have to make sense,
Because
right?
I could be
so if your
named
name,
Prince George, and you know what I mean?
like,
Like,
I'm saying, if your name is
Right.
King, right, but everything around you, nothing around you is royal. Like the relationship with your parents, relationship with your siblings, the way you live could not
and
be
you
right.
mad now?
Yeah,
like,
now
why
you
the fuck
super.
you name me King? You know what I mean?
Nah, but
Got me
That's a
living up to this shit.
Hey,
That's a
right.
fact.
So that could affect somebody that way, and then it could affect somebody to really strive to be like royalty. So
Yeah,
I
that's a
definitely
fact.
feel like you know what I mean, there's power in the name. and
So
shit.
listen,
Yeah.
anybody with a unique name, I want y'all to put it in the comments because
Yeah,
I
what
want.
shit-
Or if you named your child a unique name, I want to see it.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
we're gonna
that.
use the word unique. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
drop that. I want to see that, man. Like,
That'd be dope.
You know?
That'd be dope.
We played in with Unique.
Yeah, we play with this kid named Unique.
Yeah.
I know. Let me shut up.
He's a dude.
Cut that out.
Nah, real shit. Like play basketball, nigga. Yeah.
No,
He's wildin'.
he on a whole different time, and he's terrible.
Anyway.
We gonna edit this.
Okay.
I clearly edit this out.
It wasn't
anyway,
that bad.
I know it
I
wasn't.
made it bad.
I know it was
I
the
didn't
way
have
you
to-
did it. I know it just seems terrible now.
Anyway.
And now they want to know. Nah.
Yeah, facts. What you talking
It
about?
wasn't even that
What
serious.
we on? Tell us about.
What are we on?
All right, so let's move on from that. Let's move
Yeah,
on
move
from
on
that.
from Definitely. We got a couple questions for B while he's here. So
Yeah.
I do have a question. So I know your son is biracial. So I wanted to know, is there anything specific that you are worried about, thinking about, that you want to instill in him? Any type of information you want to give to him that you think will help prepare him? Or is there anything that he should be prepared for as he grows up?
You know, being a human first, but secondly, well, mostly you're a black man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No matter you growing up and you have to learn how to live by a certain conduct code. You know what I mean? Honorable.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Give me an example of something specific. I don't know if he's only 3, right? So I don't know, you probably haven't talked about that. But is it what in your head? What is something you know you want to leave him with?
I got a really good question. Like, so I know, you know what I mean, as a light skinned nigga, like, do you feel like the world gonna look at him like he's soft because he light skinned, and do you feel like you try to breed him to be a little bit tougher? Because I know niggas look at you sometimes. Nah, I'm like,
Nah, real shit. Niggas look at me sometimes like, you know what I mean?
You got a deep ass voice though, pause. So that helps.
Yeah, but it's just like why y'all so angry? Like, what's the?
Yeah.
We all got to do our
much
thing.
angst.
Yeah,
So
what's
much
up,
angst,
man?
a lot of angst
Why?
in this
No,
answer.
But nah, real shit. Nah, man. I just having him grow up how I want him to grow up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Is this something you think about?
Definitely all the time. All the time. Who he's affiliated with, you know, like associating with, like what crowd he kind of gravitates towards.
So what would be like worst case scenario? Like what's the worst case scenario?
Well, right now, like
No, like when
your
you see him
biggest
growing
fear.
up as he grows up.
your biggest fear.
Your biggest fear
my
for him.
biggest fear right now is because he's so small and delicate. Like if something happens to him when he's in like the care of others, you know what I mean? Like he can't express that. You know, that's a big fear of mine.
That's something crazy too, because I don't think a lot of people understand how worried dads are when they. I think people think like worrying is like just a mom thing, like, you know what I mean. Us dads, we might express it differently, you know what I mean, but we definitely have worries around childcare and having somebody else watch your kid.
It's interesting because like for me, I definitely have the feelings, but because my wife is so sensitive about it, I feel like I have to keep my worry down so she doesn't get out of control.
Is your kid in daycare right now?
She's starting in a week.
How you feel about that?
I'm happy to be honest with you.
How old is your daughter?
She's
9 months.
9 months. Well, about to be 10 months in a week. So yeah, but thanks for that because I'll be forgetting all the time.
I'm here.
And they that small. Just
Yeah,
take care of
exactly.
them, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like for me, to be honest with you, like I'm worried, but my wife is super worried, so I don't want to worry her anymore. So I gotta just keep it cool. Like, no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I think the way that you kind of quell, I think that's a word. Like,
Well, maybe.
Somebody do. Pull
It
that
is
up
now.
on the
It is
screen.
now.
So the way you kind of, you know what I mean, quell that, you know what I mean, quell that. I don't know if that's the right way to use it, but the way you take care of that is not by being. I don't think you got to be like super macho. I think you let her know that you also have worries too and shit. But you know what I mean, you kind of be like, yo, shit is gonna be cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and that's what I mean. Like, you know, I let her know that I understand and I feel the same way, but you can't go crazy over
What's
it.
up with you? Your little one in daycare?
Yeah, definitely, man.
How's that? Like what kind of feelings you have around? You know what I mean? What kind of feelings do you have around your boy being in daycare?
And he got a nanny. You know what I mean? I'm doing all right, man.
I was about to say, to be honest with you, as soon as I had my daughter, the first thing I thought about was
Shout out to Fran Drescher.
Nah, don't disrespect her, man.
I gotta
Gabby.
I gotta get to a point where I can be home with my daughter. As soon as I had my daughter, I was like, yo, by the time she's 5, I gotta be able to keep her with me at all times, or have her with a nanny or somebody that I trust all the time.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm working toward right now.
So now you have a nanny. You always had a nanny?
Nah, like within the last year or so.
So you did the daycare thing before?
Yeah, he's still in daycare.
How was that experience for you though? Like I want to know your thoughts and feelings around that.
You know, I made it way easier for me to be able to function and do what I need to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's how I
So
look at it.
it's like a convenience thing. Like not just a convenience thing, but she's helping him like interact with different people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who to trust, who to not go to. You know,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
and that's big because my son stayed home for a year before he went to daycare. Like my wife was not letting go. She was thugging it out. She was working nights. Like,
Oh, man.
yeah, I mean, I was working days, coming home, taking care of him. So he was home for a whole year. And then once he got the daycare, you really just see how he blossoms and like his personality starting to grow and he mad
he's
smart.
super cute, man.
He mad smart. He
Yeah.
don't shut up. He's smart.
Daddy,
Yeah,
what's
but
this?
you gotta have kids around different people. Like that's like them, and you like have certain kids that they see other people and they just don't know how to act. Like, cause they don't never be around nobody.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so what we gonna do now is we gonna get into this Dads on the Street clip.
Dads on the street with
yeah, I
Woo.
mean, we out here with my man Tracy from the last episode, man. Shout out to Tracy. Y'all gotta check him
Yes,
out,
he's a
man.
funny dude.
He's a funny dude. He's a comedian. I think he's like a chef. He's just
man.
really that guy. Let's get into this clip though.
Yeah.
Yo, it's Woo, Dad AF show with the dads on the streets connecting the dots.
Definitely in Jersey. She's like that. New York streets don't look like that.
Follow me, I'm dead as fuck. I think I know the way.
Do you think it's okay to fight in front of your kids? If you have to.
Yeah,
Explain. I'm non-violent, but if worse come to worse, you gotta do what you gotta do. So you walking with your kid, somebody presses you up, you're not gonna just try to diffuse it. If it has to happen, it has to happen. I will try to diffuse it, but if it ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. Man, you're with Thug on the streets. That boy good. I'm not gonna bump into you in the middle of the street. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh man, so shout out to my
Tracy.
guy Tracy. Yeah, so the question was, do you ever think it's okay to fight in front of your kid, man?
Yeah,
What's
that's
up?
a good question.
Let's-
I want to know what you think.
I wanna know what
You look like you'll fight right in front of your son.
First of all, I still call Woo Ricky from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, shout out to Aries Moses.
Yeah, he definitely laughs like somebody's auntie.
Yeah, my boy. But I got a funny story about that too. I was getting on the ferry and I paid $13 for it, right? So,
What?
Yeah.
Oh, they got you one of those.
Nah, bro, like the
back
shit
one.
that go from the city to Jersey.
Oh,
bro.
it's fancy boat. I know.
Exactly, fancy
Waterway.
boat. I
got
paid
you.
my money. You feel me? So I sat down with my son. We was there like 20 minutes early before the next one took off. Long story short, I sat down, bought him some food, sat down to feed him. I
Yeah.
get up 20 minutes later. The line is like down the fucking Battery Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not waiting on the back of that shit. I get up. I stand like where I would have stood had I. Yeah, definitely.
You
Because
came with that in your mind.
this is-
In your mind, you was like, you know
Definitely.
what? If I'd have stood there,
I would have
15
been
minutes
there,
ago,
bro.
I'd have been
I would've
right
been right
here.
here, right here. So
he just resumed.
Long story short, dude next to me, you know, entitled white dude, like, oh, you know, these people are coming from work. Wow. Like, nigga, how you know where I'm not coming from? You feel
that's a
me?
fact.
And then he's like, I wouldn't teach my son that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
God.
So I'm like, you know what? If I was you, I would shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just straight like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up. And then,
Straight like that.
yeah, it's just.
Oh man.
So
but,
I'm grilling him the whole
yeah.
time. Then I wanted to put him on a snap. I'm like, nah, but you know,
Yeah, you
like,
kept it
come
cool
on,
though,
bro.
but you
Yeah.
didn't fight.
But nah, but shit like that.
But do you
know
think
what
it's okay to fight?
Like would
If-
you
like, if you
No,
would've
would you
pushed
have
you-
mushed them?
I mean? But
if he would have pushed you and called you a pussy,
I'm gonna definitely show my son like you how you know. We don't want to die over respect, but you're not gonna just let somebody come and push you in your face
And
you know what I mean?
disrespect
Yeah,
you.
like
Yeah.
not even about disrespect. It's just as a human person. You know what I mean? You have human rights. If somebody fucking puts their hands on you, you gotta defend yourself.
so yes or no?
Yeah, nigga.
You would fight in front of your kid? Yes or no?
Yeah, if it
Nigga said, yeah, definitely.
I don't want to. But if you have
So
to, if
no,
somebody's like attacking you,
I think
or if they grabbing
it's
my
a
son, like
it's a tough
I'm just
question because
react to
like
it.
if somebody's hitting me, I'm gonna hit
Yeah,
back. That's
like,
not
you have
necessarily
to-
that's the same.
to
Like
de- to
my
deter it.
thing is, would you ever throw the first punch?
I'm not doing
in
the
front of
ghetto
your
shit
kid?
like, you know, running down.
That's what I mean.
No, nah.
Yeah.
But if it's something like unavoidable, like if it's really like, you know,
Yeah, I love
shit
that.
happens like that.
That's
you
a
know what I'm
fact. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I haven't had a situation like that with my daughter. She's little, but like I'm not even a violent person in general. But the only thing that gets me angry, the only thing that
saying?
gets,
Take a sip to
the only
that.
thing that gets me angry is when, like you said, when people disrespect me, like in public, because I would never disrespect anybody else
Right.
purposely.
Right.
So when you do that, I feel like that's like you trying to assault me. So in that instance, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to show you why you shouldn't do that.
So you feel like it's okay to fight in front of your kid?
It's okay to
Not
stand
that
your
it's
ground.
okay, but you would fight in front of your kid.
It's okay to stand your. I wouldn't fight in front of my kids just because I'm a little crazy and how I came up, a lot of bad shit happens, right? So I don't want nothing that bad in a fight. Things
definitely.
happen, and I don't want my daughter to be there while something happens. You understand what I'm saying? Because she could be a casualty.
I could dig it.
Because your child could be a casualty if it gets that real. You know what I'm saying? So where I come from, where we
it's-
come from, it's
even,
serious.
Even like the idea of fighting, like, you know what I
It's
mean?
dangerous.
Like, it's hood shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, what we doing? You know what I mean? If we have a disagreement over something, like,
Exactly.
we could resolve it as people, but
Yo, I tell you,
So if somebody put their hands on you, you walk away from it if you're with
No,
your kid.
that's not happening. I know what? If for 2 seconds, I gotta get her somewhere away,
Then you coming
and
back.
I'm coming
right,
back.
because then if they sneak you, like, it's
Period.
4 of them, they fuck you up, and now they take your kid.
I
on
feel
some
like
take-
that's
Yeah,
See, I
that's
don't-
what taking. But that's how I think.
Right.
Like they gonna smack my daughter in the face. That's how I think. So it's like, nah, she can't be around when they get. Cause I might OD like that. But I'm gonna tell you a quick story. My uncle, right? I was young. I might have been like 9 or 10. We was went to Disney World. Me, my uncle, my younger brother, my mother, a bunch of us. We kids. So. We on a line or something. Some dude comes by and like knocks my little cousin's like things out of hand. She had like souvenirs and things like that. So he didn't say anything. My uncle was a big dude, big intimidating dude. He's like, yo, excuse me. And the dude goes who knocked the stuff down was like, oh, I didn't see her. And he was like, you didn't see her? What do you mean? He was like, all right, I'm sorry. If you need me to say I'm sorry. And I just, at the time, I didn't think nothing of this. My uncle was telling me this story. And he's like, it was so disrespectful. So he took that dude's stuff and just threw it all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was his way of making it even. It was like, this dude disrespected us. I'm not going to put my hands on you. I'm not going to put my hands on you, but I'm going to disrespect you the same
all
way
that
you
is
did me.
ego shit. You know what I mean? We got to get over that as well. You know, like if I step on your new shoes, my dude, you know what I'm saying? It's not intentional. I don't want to ruin your new pair of shoes.
But I think it matters how you respond. If you just
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I be in my own zone, like when I'm walking through the city or something like that. And if I have, first of all, if I see like you're intentionally for people,
yeah,
and blocking the.
But we talking about there's kids there, so it's me and my daughter,
right?
And you just come pushing through us. If you do not say excuse me, bro, there's an issue.
What if it's like a delivery guy?
Say excuse me. Period.
He just trying to make his money, bro.
And I'm just.
He got 4 kids at home. That's.
But what you said earlier, it's about respect and about manners, right? We all human beings, so I'm not gonna. If I do that to somebody else, I would apologize. You know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Right.
I'm not saying you gotta. I'm sorry, sir. No, it's just my fault. It was an accident. You know,
things happen and people have their blinders on sometimes too. So it's just.
And
like,
in those situations, you have to react accordingly. I think. And those you wouldn't do anything. You want to say something?
Yeah. Nah, I was listening to you. I think I was dope. I was really talking that bullshit. I'm perfectly.
Well, cause we know you have an anger problem. So
I don't have anger problems. But
okay, you know.
All I'm saying,
so what's your answer?
I'm not a violent person, but I don't think it's okay to fight in front of him. Wow, you gonna do that?
Yeah, nigga, you forced me to like. What's your answer? Yes or no?
Would I fight? Yes, I would fight in front of my child. Is it okay to? No, I don't think it's okay.
Of course, we know that.
But I think
that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the circumstance.
So yeah, I think my situation. I don't think I'm fighting in front of my daughter. Like I'm not. I'll get in her way, and then I'm not gonna say the rest. Anyway, let's move on.
How did you come up with this question, bro? Like,
I think
listen. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
No,
I
do want to say something real quick. I think on this show, I love the question because I think, and you kind of started in a certain way where I think us being young black men, I think we get a rap of being super aggressive, overly aggressive.
And
you
if
know
you having a regular interaction with somebody, they'll take it like, oh, you know, it was like
exactly like me saying, oh, bro, can you say excuse me? Right. It's not me being aggressive. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking for you to treat me decently, like I would treat you.
Facts.
And I think that's the importance. I think of the people hearing that.
And that's my thing too. I feel like, right. So you got like. You have like a physical altercation, you can have like an argument and things like that. I just feel like when you're raising a child, you have to let them know like what is right and what is wrong. And I'm not saying that fighting is right, but you gotta let them know that you just can't let people just treat you any kind of way.
That's a
you know
fact.
what I mean? And if you're gonna stand for something, stand for something.
Yeah.
And believe that thing. And if you're gonna believe in it, go as far as you want to about that thing that you do believe in. You know what I mean? So that's why I wouldn't hesitate to like. Not saying I wouldn't look for a fight, you know what I mean? And I would try to diffuse any situation. But if I preach something to my son that I really stand for and I believe in and that was tested in some kind of way, I can't go back on that. So that's why I say, like, I feel like there might be situations when you do kind of, you might have to
but also you also want to show growth as well. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to stick so firm to some beliefs that you can't later on say, hey, son, this is how I thought at this point. You know, but true. Now. I'm different on that.
I think that is it.
No, I get
so
that.
I got a question.
I get
like
that.
if somebody bumped me right now while I'm in my prime, I'm looking for a fight.
So that's such a good point,
definitely.
man. I swear, like I was just saying this with my brother the other day. Like I'm so far removed from any aggression. Like no lie, somebody could probably smack the shit out of me. I probably wouldn't fight them. I'm dead ass, and I think it's because.
Come here.
No, but I really think it's because like once you have a child and like that, it's like there's so much more to lose. There's so much more that's important, and it's like I don't care.
Next episode,
You gonna slap the shit out of me?
I'm bringing powder.
All right, listen. Try it if you want. Try it if you want. Try it if you want.
Next episode.
No, but I hear what you were saying.
I think it's
though.
because we are mature enough to know, like, even if we do fight, right? Like, if
And also, we come from a different place. It goes this differently.
Definitely, but
Yeah.
listen, no disrespect to
Yeah.
you. If we get into a fight right now
Yeah.
and I like beat you bloody,
Yeah.
like what am I gonna gain from that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides, like, oh, I beat Ike up.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Like,
And,
what,
and maybe go to jail. And,
and
it's in a
maybe go
different
to jail, and
situation.
then,
Yeah.
it's
and then the
different
consequences of
actually.
you coming back, like, I like.
And now I had a kid. I gotta worry about
Right.
you coming back.
Right.
It's too much to think
It's
about
dumb
at this
shit.
point.
It's dumb shit.
So
for
I'm a
us.
weird person. Like I say, I operate with optimism, and I don't feel like I start issues, and I always feel like if I'm gonna do something, I'm on the side of right.
Yeah.
So like when I get to the point where I feel like I need to like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't
right.
really. When I get to that, because I feel like I'm a super rational person.
Yeah.
So if I'm at that point.
Yeah,
I know the
you
problem
know somebody
is you.
bought you there. Now I
yeah,
got you.
like it's
I
not
got
just
you.
me
And I hear what
running
you're saying.
around.
What is you had another question for B.
got you.
I got a question. We gotta do
Go ahead,
this.
go
We
ahead,
didn't do
go
it
ahead.
last episode. So this is we're gonna change speeds. Who do you think
Oh man.
would be the best dad? This is the best TV dad segment. So who do you think would be the best dad? Zach, AC Slater, or Screech?
I'm Saved by the Bell.
And why?
Yeah, I never thought about those niggas.
I
like
know.
that.
No one does.
No one thinks about it.
He kills me every week. Every week he kills me with these
I used to watch that shit though, low key, like Sabrina
Everybody
the Teenage
watched
Witch.
that show.
I used to
Yeah.
watch shit like
Everybody
that.
watched that show.
At like 5 o'clock and
Yeah.
shit. Be at home
So who do you
in
think would be the best dad?
Slater probably, because that nigga was athletic. My son could teach us. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Shit like, I don't know. Zach was just too much of a like Swifty nigga. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you gotta start. Yeah, you could finesse for so long, but you gotta start doing shit the right way. You know what I mean? This
So,
nigga
so, so,
always
so,
getting
so you
into
going with
shit.
AC Slater?
What's up with you? Who you
Athleticism.
going with?
That's a tough question. Like, you know what? I'm probably gonna go with Screech. Like, I'm probably gonna go with Screech because
He'd be the worst person I pick. Like,
Really?
This nigga don't know how to take care of himself. How can you take care of
he
another
doesn't.
person?
Wasn't he like smart?
He knows how to take
Yeah,
care of
he was super
himself.
smart.
He
He's
getting locked
just a
in
geek.
lockers and shit like
All
that.
right,
Toilet
so
bowls.
that's what
So
I'm
that's
getting to.
different.
But no, that's what I'm
Yeah,
getting to,
yeah.
right? So I feel like he grew up the underdog. He grew up the loser, right? And I feel like people that grow up like that a lot of times, hopefully they can
Turn
pick them.
around.
They turn around. They pick themselves
Right.
up, but they also have to become good in other things because they're not the most popular. They're not the
Right.
best looking.
Right.
All of those things. So they become smarter. They use their brain more than those other athletic gifts or like Zach with the swiftiness. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
uses different things. So I just feel like, and also it's a personal thing because I feel like for myself, you know, I was like a cool kid in high school. I feel like if I wasn't so cool, I'd have utilized all my other skills.
He wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? I got a lot
Not
of
for shit
skills.
though.
Nah,
Everybody was cool in
Not
Paris,
everybody
bro.
was cool,
I feel
bro.
you. I
He said
feel
not
you.
everybody
we was
that
cool.
But we were able to
No,
like
no shade, because
Listen,
y'all watch the show.
even the
Big
niggas,
shit.
even the quote unquote like geeks. I just remember.
They had their little. I know what you're saying.
and, them,
Yeah.
and now them niggas is up. You feel me?
But that's what I'm saying.
But at the
cool
same
in
time-
in your circle.
The only thing that made you not cool in Curtis was like if you weren't you feel
That's,
me?
no,
Like,
that's
if you just
see, but
was,
you
like,
understand.
trying to
We
be
understand.
different.
I love this conversation we're having because we understand that now.
Yeah, right.
I don't think kids understand that
I
when
think
they're
we-
there.
I
but
think
you know
I got
what
the
it is?
same level of understanding. I just added on to it and experienced more.
Yeah.
Like I was like always heady.
Yeah.
I was book smart as shit, but I was just
Yeah.
bored and shit. You know what I mean? So
I think you have the same intuition, but you might not be able to articulate it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So
a
I
fact.
think
because we all was ourselves.
Right,
in
so, and that's the
school.
thing. So as far as cool goes, and I think this is dope to teach to your kids also. Like as far as cool goes, I think as long as you're yourself, you know what I mean, in whatever setting. Like, nigga, I was in nursing, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in nursing. I never
Yeah.
really hung out. Like, I really
But
had
that was a
real
dope
classes.
decision. A dope decision for
right,
you.
but you know what I mean. And I mean, I'm not saying I was like
yo,
the
bro,
coolest
you was
cat,
in the
but-
army shit too.
Nah, I wasn't in ROTC.
I did that for like a little
I
bit.
wasn't in
I got about
ROTC.
it. I
Shout
was
out to
playing
ROTC.
sports, so I couldn't.
I mean, but
Niggas
I'm
in the
just saying, like,
ROTC shit.
it just comes.
Nah,
It just
no
really.
shade to the, salute to the veterans.
It just
too.
really comes
My
down to
bad.
like just you like just genuinely scared
Nah, real shit, real shit, real
it just come down to like you just being genuinely you and shit. For me personally though, from that
Out of those
question,
three.
I'm probably gonna go
Zach.
with Slater.
Oh, Slater? Okay,
I'm
wow.
not going with Zach. Like
I
you
don't trust
said,
Zach. I don't.
I
He
don't.
hit around the head.
I don't
He's
trust.
a
I
liar.
don't trust Zach. He's like the car salesman of
Yeah, I
car
hate that
salesman.
dude.
Like he's gonna grow. He grew up to sell cars. If that was like a real
a
thing.
fact.
Like, that's what he did. You know what I mean?
That's a
But like
fact.
I feel like AC because he is.
I did like it.
He's such like he's a macho dude and he's such a active person.
But he
I feel
had a
like
good heart.
He had a good heart and I feel like he'd always be there for his kid. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be at every
I feel that way
event.
too.
Like you know what I mean?
So you know what I
And
mean?
not for shit. That nigga was Mexican. Mexicans take care of their kids, man.
That's a
Shout
fact.
out to the Mexicans.
Shout out
man.
to
Yo,
the Mexicans.
I grew up in Port Richmond, so
Word.
you know. Shout out to the Mexicans.
Shout out to the
All
Mexicans.
day.
Shout out to the Mexicans.
Love
Fuck
y'all.
what Trump talking about,
Fuck
man. Yeah, word.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Nah,
You know what I was gonna say? No. I think my pick and Screech is based on like my upbringing. Like that's why I feel that way. Like I feel like cause I'm like a nerd at heart, right? And I feel like if I embraced my nerdness, I'd have did more. Like I'm doing what I want to do now, but I would have
Yeah.
did all these things 15 years
I
ago.
feel you on
know
that
what I'm
too,
saying?
bro. I have conversations like that. Like if we weren't like around, well, we all influence each other, but
Yeah.
if we weren't around, like certain influences
Yeah,
and shit,
and-
we
and-
would have.
And it's definitely society. The whole idea of a nerd has a negative connotation to it. But I deadass want my daughter to be a nerd. Like
Nah, for
that's
sure.
I say it all the time. Like if she grows to be a nerd,
I mean, I don't
I'm
want them
hyped.
to be like antisocial and shit like that.
No, but,
I
yeah.
want my son to be like,
I
I
want
don't
to
want you to feel like
follow social-
or like feel ashamed to be smart. Like
Yeah.
be smart, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I was ashamed
So-
to be smart. That's a whole other episode though. We'll
Yeah.
get to that.
So just to change gears a little bit, man, I had one other question for you because I think your situation is so interesting. Like, you know what I mean? Like the mother of your child, she's really like Italian, like
yeah, facts.
from like not like
Imported them.
she's imported the foreign.
Foreign lifestyle. Man. I don't like to brag, but my life is
Maybach music.
This guy gotta stop. So this is what I'm saying. Like,
Chill.
so I know. I mean, because I've been there. Like, I mean, that's like my nephew and shit, and I know
Right.
she teaches him like at least like 2 different languages. So how do you feel knowing that you don't speak those languages? Like, do you feel
I try
a way?
to learn. I try to learn. I mean,
Good answer.
I know that eventually they're gonna get to a point where they speak in code and talk shit about me. You know what I mean?
You
So,
feel like that?
definitely.
Okay.
Man. Like
Why do you feel
nah.
that they're gonna do that?
Nah, they love me, man. I'm Superman at home, man.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm on my shit. But
Yeah.
but
you
nah,
don't feel the way
man.
about that though. Like, you think that's cool? Like,
Yeah, definitely for him to be multilingual. Yeah, for
Awesome.
sure. Yeah,
that's dope.
Facts.
I would feel some kind of insecurity. Like, fuck
I would
y'all
love
talking-
I feel you. I
Fuck
mean,
y'all
it's-
talking about.
Yeah, nah, but like
I'm
at
learning it.
times,
Like you
like
said,
when
I'm
my wife
learning it.
is like talking to her friends on the phone, I'll be like, listen, if she watch this, she gonna start changing her shit up now. But I'll be listening for like secret words that I know, like what the fuck she
Yeah,
talking
like the
about.
context.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Like I wish, cause that would make me have to learn the language. I would have to learn it. Like you're gonna teach
Nah,
me
that shit
too.
is
Fuck
kind of
that.
frustrating though when
Yeah.
you try to learn. I tried to learn in school when I couldn't learn, so I was like,
Yeah.
I just
I was a
speak in
beast in
conversation.
intermediate school.
That's dope though.
I knew Spanish. So let's get. We're gonna wrap this show up. But
Yeah.
before we get out of here, we gotta go
We
to our
gotta
last segment.
do the
That
y'all
y'all gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So look, my y'all gotta stop.
For this
What
week.
is my y'all gotta stop?
I
I
don't
forgot
know.
it. Do you remember yours? Start with yours, cause I don't remember what mine is.
Damn.
All right, mine's is. What is my y'all gotta stop?
This is good. Play cricket tomorrow. Play the cricket.
Yeah, that right here for the crickets.
Play the cricket.
Oh, I got it. All right, I got it. Y'all gotta stop
You like the drum
with this
roll?
happy wife, happy life bullshit, man. Y'all
Talk
gotta
about
stop.
that
Listen,
happy
man.
Wife, happy life.
Listen, what does that even mean? Happy. That means that if she's happy,
You have a happy life.
my life is happy. That doesn't even make sense. What about me? What about me? I'm not junk. Like, what about me? My feelings matter. Black lives, black feelings, all that matters, bro.
Man lives matter.
Exactly. Man lives, dad lives matter.
Dad lives.
Dad lives.
Dad lives definitely.
Dad lives matter.
Kudos to that.
So
Dad
happy.
lives
So
matter.
we're gonna squash this happy wife, happy life, and we're gonna
push
start
it
with
forward.
the
Happy
spouse,
spouse,
happy
happy
house, because dad lives matter.
Dad lives
That's
definitely
dope.
matter.
That's
happy
what it
spouse,
was.
happy house.
Yeah,
I'm
happy
definitely
spouse,
with
happy
that.
love. Happy spouse, happy house.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
it's slow for that whole happy wife, happy life.
Slow.
But
Yeah.
I'll give y'all the game, man. If your wife happy, you can pretty much do what you want to do. You feel me?
That's
that
not
sounds,
true.
That sounds. I don't know.
It sounds terrible.
I'm
Number
gonna keep it
one.
real with you.
Number two, it's not really true.
We're gonna do a spinoff called Husband as Fuck at the end of the season, so we're gonna touch on it right now. For some reason, I feel like when my wife is happiest, she's
Start
all in
fucking
my
with you.
shit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I don't think happy, like, you know, it's,
It's not even-
Nah, niggas
No,
going
it's
somewhere else with it. This nigga gotta come home.
real quick. Your shit was something about. You got yours?
Nah, I'm gonna do a different one
Okay.
because I like where this whole thing went. So my thing is that I just feel like dads, not even like necessarily dads, but just men in general, y'all niggas, sorry to use the N-word, y'all negros.
Y'all kings.
Young kings. Y'all gotta stop making smart seem like it's uncool, man.
Facts.
You know, stop making young people feel like they gotta tuck they smart in. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, that's a whole nother episode, but you're right.
Yeah, but that's my thing that y'all gotta stop doing. I feel like when y'all find somebody who y'all feel is special and gifted, y'all gotta encourage them to be like, yo, bro, like, that's dope. Even if you don't understand it, you know what I mean? Protect them and encourage them. You know what I mean? So we gotta, this whole, like, you a nerd.
Y'all gotta
that shit
stop
not
hating.
cool.
It's really hate. To me, it's hate. It's underlying
What
hate.
Nas said, what he said, hate what they, some feel what they don't understand.
I just think it's crabs in the barrel mentality until we
Yeah,
like
I
get
hate
out of
that saying, by the way.
I do, but it's true though.
because
Very
like
true.
if you presented something like this is your circumstance. These like you could look at people outside of like where you came from
That's
for
what it is.
inspiration. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we all like stuck to I'm from here. I got
And if you divvy out of that, they don't like that. So that's why they demonize it, because it's not
Right.
what they used to. It's not the way they came up.
So I hate the terminology crabs in the barrel because a barrel is in a crab's natural environment. So
That's what
But-
I'm
but it's
saying.
not ours
So
either.
that's what I'm
We
saying.
kings.
I understand
that's
that.
that's my
what
point
the
exactly.
fuck you want me to do?
Mentally though, like you're stuck
I
in
get what you're
that.
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like mentally you're stuck in that. So it's like you don't have to be there because you think you're there, but you're not. Like not saying like if you
You're physically there, but mentally
right,
you don't
could
gotta
go
be
somewhere
there.
10 years from now you could change your whole.
That's a fact.
So don't look at somebody else right now like, oh well, your time might come. When
That's
you're
a fact.
But
feel me?
my thing is, I feel like it's essential for people to understand that there is eventually a changing of the guards, right? And it's that like you said earlier in the episode, it's like you got the old school and you got the new school ways. And I think that in our community, old school, they have a issue with acknowledging new school. You know what I mean? It's like you don't necessarily understand it, but damn, like you doing it, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like you said, people demonize it.
Yeah,
Right.
I think whenever you do something different, it's hard for people to see that because they probably. But I think it comes from regret and all those type of things. They feel like they didn't do something different and they wish they could have. So when they see somebody else doing it, I think it bothers them.
And to add on to that point, like that's been going on for decades.
Forever.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
so
know,
they
the
gotta stop.
'60s hating on the '70s.
So
and
one
shit
thing
like
I want
that,
to
you know?
say is when you mention like old school, new school shit, like I don't even totally agree with that because I feel like what the idiots are doing, I don't put that on everybody because you're not gonna hate on no young kids. I know you're not gonna hate on no young people. I know I'm not. I think there's a certain group of people that will. But
Right.
we gotta start, man. Our voices be louder than those hating voices.
So the thing is to change the standard
Yeah,
because I don't
fact.
feel
I
like
agree
we
with
are
that.
the standard.
I agree with that.
I mean, like,
Well,
this-
we are now. We dead as
That's
fuck.
a fact,
We
and,
dead as fuck.
that's
what
why I
it
had
is.
to put that out there.
Facts,
You know what
I
I mean?
agree.
Just
I agree with that.
Stop like downplaying these smart, quirky, unique.
Yeah, stop trying to make
different
everybody
kids.
just like you.
Yeah.
Especially when if you really look at your life, you know that there's things you would have done different. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. We all make mistakes and we grow from them. We're never too old to change.
Putting you on the spot. You got anything in particular that you
want
want to tell
these-
niggas that they gotta
these kings to stop?
Anything
That they
tell
gotta
the
stop?
kings,
What y'all gotta stop?
Anything in general, whatever you could think of.
Yeah, stop just not living up to your full capacity, man. Like it's tough. It's hard work, but hard work is just consistent daily effort. You
And
know what I
hard
mean?
work pays off.
Definitely.
Shout out to Marcus Brown.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But you know, hard work is just every day doing something you don't really want to do to get where you want to go, and just letting your mind take you there. You know what I mean? And consistently. Yeah,
I love
bro,
that.
You do it. You
I
do
love
it.
that.
And
I
you-
love that.
You get there, bro. You get shit
That's a
done.
fact.
I
You
love
know what
that.
I mean? So, and I wanted to salute y'all on the show too, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That
Thank
is
you,
fucking
man.
dope as fuck.
Hey,
that's a
that is
fact.
fucking dope. So I'm gonna start using that.
Fact.
Hashtag.
That AF is dope AF.
Yes, I like that. Good looking. I appreciate
Give me
that.
my little
Your
credit.
pub? Your pub? We'll get you a
but
pub,
my
man.
nigga.
I get your pub.
Yeah, look, he's stingy.
So look, man, there's been another episode That Is Fuck
That
Show.
AF show, man.
You know what I mean? My homie Brandon here. You know, is Marcel right here. James just be signing off.
Why he gave niggas real names, but he all cool with his alien?
Follow me, I'm that as fuck. I think I know the way.